Even when they're away, how do you support them? How do you stay in touch with them? What are some of those small things that you do that always communicate a sense of belonging, that keep them on track, that help them understand my parents trusted me with this assignment and I cannot break their hearts? Because I mean, education is expensive.
Yeah.
If they didn't ever tell you education is expensive.
One of the things that we actually do as a family is we pray together. So every Sunday we have, it's 5:30 in Uganda, in Malaysia it's 10, in Canada it's in the morning, but it's a standard that we have a catch-up session. And it must be a session where we can see each other. So we talk about what's happening at home, who is well, what we're doing. Then they'll also talk about school, the friends. They'll even tell us the parties they are attending, the coursework, the exams that are due. So we actually have a face-to-face meeting every Sunday. That is something that is very critical because they need to feel like this is home. So they'll even do a whole video, say, see my room, see how it looks like. And it feels good. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh, I've not taken out the trash for long, but I'm doing that, So we kind of keep connected on that. But some of the fears that parents have, they are genuine fears. And even if you're in Uganda, the fears are genuine. They will still be the same fears.
Yeah.
So it's about giving values to these children. And especially if they've gone abroad, you tell them, this is an expensive venture. We are really putting so much of our life on hold for you to have this. Please don't squander it. Do the best you can to be able to bring value to yourself and to society. So it's about speaking, it's about praying, it's about continuously reminding them about the values of life and why they're there and what's their purpose in life. So it is a continuous process that you must do. The parenting never ends. And I'm sure even parents here, you have a child in Makerere, you'll have to do that. I was talking to my son and says, Mom, in Canada, selling drugs is legal. There are crackheads here. So I can't be like that. I have a purpose. If you break the law here, you will be deported. So I have to make sure I am within the law until I finish school and then continue if possible. So I must keep within the law. So it's about that, keeping in touch, the values, and the rest you leave to God.
I know. My parents have always said we only give birth to bodies. What the child perceives and chooses to do is up to them. I nurture the body, make sure I communicate.
Yeah.
And when they're making their choices, they always know that the repercussions are for them, not for me as a parent. Dr. Shiba. Do you get an air ticket every month to go and check on them?
I can't afford that. I wish I could, but I can't afford it. And I'll just step back a little and share my experience. You're asking about the ticket and why I wouldn't invest in that. So, as I mentioned, William left at a young age. I think he left 16, turning 17 to go for his A-levels. So I accompanied him to India, and the plan was to get there, assess the school, the environment, and if I see any signs of drugs or alcohol, because that was my perception of India and that, I'm coming back home with him. So I booked to spend a week there, and my plan was to frequent the school. Because when he was in his O-levels, I literally visited his school every Friday. As long as I was in country, I visited school every Friday, interacted with each of his teachers, the head teacher, and a couple of his friends, and then I left. So I thought, since it's India, I won't be able to do it. Let me dedicate the first week to get the environment and study and then reinforce the values depending on what I see there. So we get there, and his school is in the middle of nowhere. It was very far away. And when we finally got there, I thought I would make his bed, settle him in
Mother
Ugandan style. Fast forward, they tell me, no, you can't even go to his dorm. I'm like, no, guys, I didn't travel all the way here. I need to see where my child is going to stay. So they finally allow me to get in. But they told me you have only 10 minutes. And I found they had already even made the bed. So I was disappointed. I didn't get to make the bed and anything. And then I asked, why have you done this? Then they told me, you know what? Children come from different parts of the world, and not all of them will be accompanied. So we don't want any to feel bad on the first day. That hit hard. And I appreciated how sensitive the school was to the welfare of the children. So for me, that was the first selling ticket.
Yes.
They got me. I was like, oh my goodness. I haven't thought about that child who isn't accompanied. How insensitive of me.
Yes.
So I was glad I found they had settled him already. Told me you have only 10 minutes in here and then you're out. Then we go for the meetings where, you know, they know many of us are anxious. They share everything about the school, the do's and the don'ts, and we're allowed to ask our questions and concerns. And I remember one of the questions I raised was, you know, how do you deal with drugs, the issue of substance abuse and alcohol in this school? Is it rampant? Because we are told, you know, with the international schools, and India in particular doesn't have a good reputation.